Welcome back, my friends, to Years in Review, the episodic show where I look back on years in history, starting from the year 1 AD to our current year of 2023. Happy New Year! I will be going over important events anywhere from births to wars to deaths and many other things in between that have gone on in our history. I'm going to try to post one video a week for the foreseeable future on this channel, but with classes starting again soon, we'll have to see how that goes. If you are interested in other topics like gaming or honestly just stupid stuff in general, take a look at my other channel called Joe Boatlick, with my most recent video of rating all of Tarantino's foot fetish scenes from his illustrious movies. But enough toe talk, let's jump into the years 11 to 15 Anno Domini, and ultimately, the death of Augustus Caesar. Let's begin. We start off the year 11 AD with big boy Germanicus taking up the Caesar family business by leading campaigns against German barbarians. He fully secures modern-day Belgium, which was lost due to the Charussi betrayal from last episode. He also leads allegiance to securing the Rhine, which is a river between modern-day France and Germany. Seeing the success and the intense fighting in the Gaul/German border, Emperor Augustus abandons his plan for defenses along the Elbe River and sends all of these resources to help Germanicus defend the Rhineland. He also issues an edict which bans divination practices, mostly astrology, so no more star signs, boys and girls. It also makes any crystal ball and palm readers have to have a third-party witness to be with them when they're telling fortunes to customers. The most sus of these edicts is the one banning inquiries into death, aka if somebody dies mysteriously, you have to let it go. I don't know what Caesar and the Senate were thinking, because this could majorly backfire on them with scheming and assassinations. And also, I fully focusing on Augustus. I don't know why he would agree to this, considering his stepdad, Julius Caesar, was assassinated, famously assassinated. So if this edict passed, he wouldn't be able to look into that. So I don't know what he's thinking there. But shift to year 12 AD, with the prior resources being allocated to the Rhine, Germanicus is ordered to lead an invasion of Germany through crossing the river. With the instability in Judea and the exile of King Herod from last episode, Annius Rufus is appointed as prefect to help restore order. In other Middle Eastern news, the Roman Empire has also overthrown the Armenians and have installed a puppet king to rule over Armenia for the Roman Empire. Okay, phase shift back to our exiled friend Ovid from the last episode, who has written 6 new books in that time, all about the German calendar, which scholars to this day use to help understand it. So thanks, Ovid. Ovid continues to please scholars with a trilogy of book series called Ex Ponto. These are collections of letters from Ovid to his friends and family about his decreasing mental and physical health due to being exiled from the Roman Empire. Our boy Ovid is struggling a lot, and I really hope his story comes to a good end. The Greek philosopher Strabo publishes his book about the proposed shape of the world. Suffice to say, it was very off, and the Earth does not look like this. Maybe if you squint hard enough, you can maybe see, but it's majorly wrong. Augustus takes a page out of the man, the myth, the big brain, Wang Mang, book of smart boy things to do as leader, and conducts the 3rd ever census of the Roman Empire. It reveals that nearly 5 million people live in the Roman Empire. The Senate also passes a law called the Senatus Consultum, which restricts the power of the Council of Magistrates, aka the economic figures elected by the people. 14 AD is a big one for the empire, because as the title suggests, yes, the founder of the Roman Empire dies in August of 14 Anno Domini. His empire would last in some way, shape, or form until 1453, even though technically it was dissolved in 476. Augustus is named a god after his death, and his stepson Tiberius takes over his role and rules the empire from Rome. Due to Augustus's death, the exiled Agrippa Postumus, which if you remember was the disappointing nephew of Augustus from last video, is killed by his bodyguards, which is kind of hinted to be Big T's idea. Legions in Germany mutiny after the news of the death of Augustus. This rebellion is quickly stopped by Germanicus, though, who is now appointed as the full commander of the German forces, who only had control of the Rhine forces before Augustus' death. He takes this new position in stride and massacres the Marsi tribe in present-day Rhineland. In 15 AD, Germanicus continues his slaughter of the German barbarians with the capture of Arminius' wife. If you remember from the last episode, Arminius is the leader of the Charussi, who led the brutal ambush which caused the slaughter of 3 Roman legions and the seppuku of Varus. Germanicus also launches a 2-pronged attack from Vetra and Montecum into Germany, where he recovers Teutoburg Forest, which was the place where the ambush happened. He conducts a proper burial of the legions that were lost. This year also marks more reforms for the Roman Empire, which continues to decrease the magistrate's power by changing the election type from election from the people to election appointed by the Senate. Now let's move on to non-Roman news. And in 11 AD, in the last video, Parthia's king was kicked out of office. This year, in 11 AD, they get a new king called Artabanus. For the majority of this video, Wang Mang has literally done nothing. I don't know if he used up all of his brain power and taken control of China, but he's done literally nothing. And finally, after 5 years of sitting on his ass, a famine hits in China. And Wang Mang continues to do his new favorite thing and does absolutely nothing. Yikes. This famine causes mass starvation, which causes loads of Chinese people to resort to cannibalism to survive. I kid you not, there's nothing else that happened of note during these 5 years other than in the Roman Empire. So let's move on to babies. In 11 AD, St. Mark the Evangelist was born. He's famous for his Gospel of Mark, which he will make in like 57 years. 12 AD, we have future Roman Emperor Caligula being born. He is the son of our barbarian slaughtering friend Germanicus. And he is joined 3 years later by his sister, named Agrippa the Younger. Now let's move on to deaths not already mentioned in this video. The king of Thrace died in 12 AD. His name was Romulus. He died of being old. He was a strong ally of Augustus as one of his client kings. In 13 AD, we had the first ever deaf person die. The first ever deaf person recorded in history. His name was Quintus Pedius. He was a Roman painter and a nobleman. In 14 AD, we had the death of Julia the Elder, daughter of Augustus, who was exiled for cheating on Tiberius. It is implied that she was, that her cause of death was caused by Tiberius in some way. So your options are either being imprisoned and starved to death by Tiberius, being imprisoned and died of poor living conditions, or died the Star Wars option, where she lost the will to live after hearing about Postumus's death. Her dad was still butthurt about her being exiled and had her banned from being buried in his mausoleum. Okay guys, that wraps up the years 11 to 15 AD in history. That ends the episode on the death of one of the best emperors in the history of Rome. It also sadly marks the start of the downfall of the Julio-Claudian dynasty. It's all downhill from here, with increasingly bad emperors banking on the clout of Augustus Caesar. After just 4 more emperors, the Julio-Claudians will be kicked out and replaced. So stay tuned for that in future episodes. Please leave a like and subscribe because it really helps motivate me to do more of these. Let me know in the comments how long you think the Julio-Claudian dynasty will last, but no cheating. And if the man, the myth, the big brain, Wang Mang will do anything with his empire. I hope that you all have a great-ass day, and I hope you had a happy holiday. I want 2023 to be our year, guys. I promise to put more effort into these videos, and I will learn more and more about video creation with each installment. I hope you guys are enjoying it. That was Years in Review. This is Matt of the Anovis channel with 2008 years to go.